it's the beginning of February, woo! And that means that my social media fast is over, and I wanted to chat a little bit to you about why I did it, what happened, and yeah, a couple of the things that have got me through January. So for me, January was all about setting healthy habits, and to set healthy habits, I felt like there were a few things that I needed to really have a blanket no. There was a couple of decisions that I put in place before January started, before I knew we were going into a lockdown. The first one, obviously, is that I took a social media break. I did originally put that I wasn't going to watch TV either, but when we hit lockdown 3 and literally there's nothing else to do, I was like, well, I am going to watch TV, but I'm really going to limit myself and my timings. What I found was I would scroll through anything on my phone at the beginning. I would go through emails, I'd be constantly checking for messages, I'd even scroll through just apps that I hardly ever use, but I'd open them. The upshot of that is I opened my O2 app and realised that I can win things on it, and I won something. So, for me, a social media ban meant Facebook and Instagram. I did still use Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube. The reason for this is those ones are social media platforms that I feel like I've got under control, like they don't rule me, and I can pick them up, open them, have a little look, close them, done. Facebook and Instagram were the two that I felt like I really, really was struggling in terms of putting my phone down, if I'm honest. Now, obviously for my job, I have to use Facebook and Instagram. For my personal time, I wasn't. Little did I know when I made that decision, we'd be going into lockdown 3. And I actually do really feel like that was a really good decision for me because, transparency, I felt like rubbish for the first, I think, good 2 weeks, even maybe more than that. Just really, really like wading through treacle. And I think a lot of people did, and maybe still do. And I think if I had not made that really intentional decision, I'd have just used it as numbing activities. I'd have just spent evenings and hours and losing hours on them. I already was losing hours by using Facebook and Instagram. Although I did wonder whether some of the reason why I was feeling that was a lessening of dopamine. I don't know. I wish I could tell you that giving up social media has blown my mind and that I never want to go back to it and all those things. But as you can tell, I'm here. But what it has helped me do is it helped me give some real focus to what I wanted to use social media for, how I wanted to use it. It also gave me back some time, and in that time I was able to fill it with habits that were actually beneficial for me, which I'm hoping to now take into February, that will take precedence over sitting down and scrolling through my phone. One thing that I really wanted to get back into was reading. This is the first one. I read this, Kate Moss with The Winter Ghosts. I absolutely loved it. And I don't know what it is. I love books that are set in France. Either that or around the resistance kind of themes. So yeah, absolutely seem to have a penchant for that. This book as well, this was my dad's Christmas present to me, The Road Back to You. I have absolutely loved reading it. I felt very called out as a type 2. Another thing I did was I downloaded the Team Tom app. I really wanted to get keeping my house clean under control. I don't do it completely in the same way as it's done on the app. I'm a single person living in a 1-bedroom house. And the third thing I found it gave me more time for was exercise. My gym has got the MyZone app, and I have absolutely loved doing dance aerobics with Townsend twins, with Chloe. But I also wanted to try something new, and I've started doing I think it's called Box 12, I will link it. Absolutely loved doing their workouts. Don't enjoy the burpees, never enjoy the burpees. And maybe sometimes I don't do quite as many as I should. I've been debating whether to talk about this, but I know a couple of people have asked me, so I don't want this to be me going, look at me, I did this, because I didn't do it very well anyway. But I wanted to share with you a little bit about doing a Daniel fast. So for me, this is what I chose to do on my Daniel fast. So the first thing was no animal products, no coffee, and for some reason I decided to take that one up to the end of January. No alcohol, and then the last one was no delicacies. Thank you to everyone who has given me biscuits and chocolates. They are all at the back of a cupboard, not even a food cupboard. and maybe one or two of them will come out during February. So it was really, really helpful for me. It's kept my blood sugar really, really stable, and the same with not eating meat. I don't think that's kept my blood sugar stable, but I think it's probably more the things I put with meat. I don't really feel like I want to say much on why I did a Daniel fast or what I was praying for. I feel like that's a little bit personal. What I will say, I've seen loads of YouTube videos. I watched quite a few just to get a feel for it before I decided to do a Daniel fast. And I felt like loads of them were like, you know, clickbait. This amazing thing happened. God did this. God did this. There was this amazing breakthrough. And so what I want to tell you is this. My breakthrough was not big. Not big. And that's not to say that that won't happen for people. I totally believe that God has a reason to draw you into fasting. And for some of you, it would be for big things. For me, it was small things. I guess over the next year, we'll just see how that pans out. But I definitely feel like social media ban and doing a Daniel fast in January might become a thing for me. The other thing that I loved from this time was, I don't know if many people know this, because this happened when I was in year 6 till about year 10 or 11. So in year 6, I went home and I told my mum that I wanted to be a vegetarian. And I loved the foods that my mum would make. And I feel like that's what I felt in this last month, actually. I really enjoyed finding new recipes and making them rather than just substituting with fake meat. Before I go, here are a couple of things that I have been loving that have got me through January. The first, I think I've said, is the Marvel WandaVision. Oh my gosh, and Kat Dennings is back. I'm so exciting. I can't think of Kat Dennings' name. Darcy Lewis, yes. Exciting. I've also bought a makeup palette. I'll just do a close-up now. Love it, love Revolution Beauty. And this is the Megastar Diamond Edition, and it was on sale during the beginning of January. I also got a photo box voucher for Christmas. I make these usually of my holiday photos. Obviously I didn't have a holiday in 2020. I just thought I would take, you can see it there, take some pictures that I took through 2020 of the things that brought me joy in 2020, just to remind me that it wasn't all awful. There's a lot of walking photos in there, but yeah, if you want me to do a flip through, let me know. I have been working on a secret project and I'm really excited that I'm hoping it's gonna happen in March, but I will keep you pegged. I will keep you up to date with what's happening. But yeah, not scrolling through social media actually gave me more time to work on my project. So I'm gonna do some more in February. February is gonna be 28 Days of Love. That's what's gonna be going up on my Instagram. I'd love you to join in and show me the things that you're loving each day or that you are doing to increase love in your life or with the people around you or in the world as a whole. Hashtag 28 Days of Love. I'll see you there.